Greetings, salutations, and bienvenue. My name is Joe Brachetto, and this is Memory Card News for July 26th, 2018. I made sure to get the 26th. I almost forgot it was July. Another kind of slow news day. There's quite a few numbers, and it's not huge. I kind of suspect that's going to be that way until August. Once games start coming out, people are going to stop popping off with some news. Anyways, our top story today, you can now pre-order subscriptions to Nintendo Switch's online service. This comes from the main man, Seth Macy, because he lives in Maine. I like it. Nintendo's paid online service doesn't have a concrete release date, but you can now pre-order the service on Amazon. You can either buy a 12-month online subscription for $19.99 or a 3-month online subscription for $7.99, both through Amazon. The product page says Amazon will email you when the service is available. I believe we've heard that it's going to come around September. It's going to include cloud saves for Switch games, which is awesome. We can all kind of breathe a sigh of relief on that front, and we'll also have 20 NES games at launch, including The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Tennis. Yeah, that's exciting. I think it's weird there can be pre-orders for like the service, I guess, before we even have a release date, but whatever. Anyways, moving along, Paladins has gone free to play on Nintendo Switch. Paladins is the 2016 kind of Overwatch-esque title, hero-based arena shooter, revealed in a trailer on Nintendo's YouTube channel. I have not heard why it was changed to free-to-play, but I would assume it wasn't doing that great, and they got a lot of microtransactions kind of built into it, so they can earn money that way. They were charging $30 for the Founders Pack beforehand, so I'm sure it's gonna push people towards it. I'll give it a try. I'll take a look. You know, can't really turn down free. Pokemon Let's Go makes controversial changes to gym battles. This comes from Jasmine Henry over at Game Rant. Pokemon Let's Go has had quite the run of it so far. Really, polarizing in terms of this is clearly a game for new casual fans of the series. If you are veterans of the series, wait your turn. It'll come in 2019. And just another kind of fact that kind of stoked the fire, a Siliconera. I suppose there was a screenshot released in Japanese that Siliconera translated that requires you to have different types of Pokemon. So, for example, this is in the first gym with Brock using Rock-type Pokemon. You're not allowed to battle in the gym unless you have a Grass or a Water-type Pokemon in your party, which is great for new players. Like, this is what's going to make it easy. These are the types you need, and you're also then learning which types have advantages over which types. But in terms of people who want to, use a specific team or do things like a Nuzlocke where you can only use certain Pokemon, this is just another thing that's alienating the core audience. And, I'm trying to be positive, but I think I'm trying to be positive because it's Kanto, because it would really tap into the nostalgia of the hardcore. And it's that Nintendo and Game Freak really is taking it so close, but just throwing in these things like put in a classic mode, just cater to your audience. Like, I don't know, you didn't get to the hundreds of millions of sales based on the casual audience as much. I think it would, I don't know, maybe I'm just a salty fanboy, but I'm really trying to be positive about this game, and they're just really making it so hard for me. Moving on, Overwatch free weekend starts tomorrow ahead of the Overwatch League Grand Finals. This comes from Matt Kim over at US Gamer. The title is pretty self-explanatory. It starts tomorrow, July 26th. I guess this came out yesterday. So, free weekend probably starting now, depending on where you are. Make sure to check out. Just look it up, I suppose, if it has started yet by the time this video has gone up. But I would assume by the time this video is up, everybody's on free weekend. And this goes through July 30th. Includes all 18 heroes, including the newest hero, Wrecking Ball. Apparently, I screwed up the name in one of the earlier shows this week, but everybody's just going by Wrecking Ball, not Hamilton. So I'm a little confused by that, but hey, go play some Overwatch. It's free. It's one of the coolest games of this generation. Shadow of the Tomb Raider has officially gone gold. Eidos Montreal has announced that the adventure game has gone gold, which means the studio has completed development. Seeing this report from Eddie Makuk at GameSpot. That's cool. These stories are always kind of like, there's not much substance to them. I think that's kind of the theme of today. There isn't a lot of substance in these stories, but it's cool. This means it won't be delayed. Means it's coming out September 14th, Xbox One, PS4, Windows, PC, Steam. So, hey, get hyped. I was talking to somebody on some forums about how, that title really just does not have the hype you think it would. Like, they're all really great games, but the kind of new rebooted Tomb Raiders, I think, have had a problem getting interest. All right. Now let's dive into some stories with some meat. Game studio with no bosses pays everyone the same. This comes from Nathan Grayson at Kotaku. Talking about Motion Twin, a French developer. They are in charge of Dead Cells, which is coming out real soon. It's been in early access and has sold more than 700,000 units on PC alone in early access. And it's coming to Switch, PC, and PS4 sometime in August. But they kind of talk about how they have 11 workers and there is no hierarchy structure. Everybody's just paid the same. And I think that's really like a super mature way to do game development, I feel like, because, I think I'm not trying to say any one role is more important than the other. I'm not saying that at all. It's all integral, and I'm sure that's the philosophy they're based on. But, programmers go up much longer, in terms of the project. And it's like, say you work on art. Once you're done with the art, you're just like, wash your hands of the project, you're good. But programmers got to go up until launch, making the game work, squashing bugs, this, that, and the other. And then sound people only work on it at the end. So it's kind of like a weird... It's very mature, I suppose, because it's everybody acknowledging that everybody has an integral part of creating a game. And this has worked for over 2 decades for Motion Twins, so, good on them. It would be hard to say how this would work in terms of on a larger scale. But it is really interesting that they, have not... I think it's more so not the size, it's that they haven't designated leaders. And, Crunch, in the report says Crunch still exists at the studio, but it's people are always willing to do it, I guess, or feel compensated. It's an interesting take, and as games start to kind of look for how to change up the culture of development, I think that's definitely a solution to look into. And our final story today, Xbox games with gold lineup for August was revealed, and it looks really dope. Comes from Hearing Crier, also at US Gamer. For Xbox One, you're getting Forza Horizon 2 and For Honor. For Honor is really cool because that just came out last year, and that was the biggest game of last year. It doesn't feel like it was, but it was one of the top 10 sellers, probably top 5, and it was number 1 for most of the early year. So to have that kind of turnaround, that's really dope. Also coming to Xbox 360 is Dead Space 3. And Epic Mickey The Power of Two, both of which are playable on Xbox One. I think that's something Xbox doesn't get credited for enough. We talk about, how they are kicking ass at backwards compatibility. That much is clear. And that I have that over Sony. But that their games with gold also are kind of scaling up to their newest generation, Whereas Sony's like, if you have a PS3, you're still getting free PS3 games. That's great, but they aren't scaling up. Like, you have your PS4 games, that's all you get. And they kind of mix some stuff in with Vita on that. That's kind of like their middleman and maybe the solution for it. But I mean, I think Xbox is doing a lot of consumer-friendly things, and it's just the fact that they started out this generation not doing consumer-friendly things, and the optics they were never able to recover, even though, like, damn, like, they are very pro-gamer now, and the fact that all their stuff is on PC and Games Pass, just Xbox, I'll just say I think Xbox is poised really well to come out and dominate next gen, and I'll be interested to see how that all develops in a couple of years. But that's the way it was for July 26, 2018. My name is Joe Brachetto. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, then hit that like button. That's what it's for. If you enjoy what Memory Card's putting out, feel free to subscribe on YouTube. And if you really like what we're doing, check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/memorycardgames. Thank you all so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.